And we're back. And Hirimi's here. And the Booty Call of Cthulhu is also back. And Purple Girl is here. Thank you so much for the host, Purple Girl. Alright. So, we're back. We're about 3.5, 4 hours in. 4 hours into my first playthrough of Tormented Souls. And I mean, I did die and restart the game once, so, you know. Purple, thank you so much for the big 55 months of support. Thank you so much, Purple. Howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hope you're doing well. It has been a while. Let's go over here, Mr. Claw Chair. Oh, shit. That's probably where I can use the acid. Do I use the acid first or the knocker? See if I can use the acid. Do 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 do. No acid? Definitely can't just burn the rope. And we can't melt it with acid either. Okay, that is a high quality rope. Glad you have the guts to play this game. Have it, but haven't had the guts to play it yet. It's pretty good. It's okay so far. Very early 2000s sort of style of horror, survival horror. Very, very, very obvious influence from Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Haunting Ground, a little bit of Rule of Rose, a little bit of Clock Tower 3. Definitely like a love letter to that kind of era. Here we go. The knocker. I know it. That should be it, right? Do I need to, like, put the knocker on and then go listen and then come right back? Diggy is up on the shelf. Diggy, get down. Why are you like this? And again, just to remind everybody, this is a first playthrough. I do not want any help, tips, suggestions, spoilers, anything like that. You will be banned. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I just wasn't doing it perfect enough. I thought that's what I was doing before. Seven-inch tape, we got an ink ribbon. Woo, we could save our game. That morphine? Give me that morphine. We can heal our wounds. Woo. Awful torture machines. They don't appear to have been used in a long time. More nails for the nailer. Newspaper article dated November 12th, 1980. That looks... looks a lot like the photo that we have. Yo, Enigma, thank you so much for the 43 months, man. Thank you, thank you. We are reading the tragedy news. Yesterday afternoon, a terrible event occurred within the Wildberger Mansion, more commonly known as Wildberger Hospital. Staff reported the disappearance of Dr. William Wildberger's daughters, Anna and Emma Wildberger. Anna and Elsa. The police tried to interrogate Maria Morissette. Morissette? Really? I mean, I know she's Canadian. I know they're Canadian, but... the children's mother, who was found in a medically induced coma. Her doctors stated that the unknown illness the woman is suffering from caused the coma. Dr. Wildberger is currently away on travel. As this report is being written, crews continue to search the areas near the mansion. Our sources have informed us that frogmen are on their way to assist the search on the beach and rocky areas. You mean like Navy people? Scuba divers? Or actual frog people? What, Canada? Yeah, we're in Canada. This game takes place in Canada. Was this the same photo? That looks very similar. That's the same photo. I thought I had the letter from the beginning of the game where it talks about being in Canada. Apparently not.
These girls are the same twins as those in the photo.
The ones that will awaken the devil are ready.
The ones that will awaken the devil are ready for their operation.
Yeah, that's not quite what it says. The ones that will awaken the devil are ready to be operated, are ready for their operation. All right, Hirimi, take it easy, man. Get you some sleep.
It seems like the girls are being prepared for some kind of surgical procedure.
Some kind of ritual that involves twins, because we've found that other article.
If I don't find them soon, something terrible might happen. The plaque says Anna and Emma.
Yep.
These girls are the ones that...
Okay.
If I don't find... The plaque says...
Gotcha. Got it. Oh, that's a camera angle. Been told she has a Canadian accent, though I don't hear it, but I'm Canadian. There is exactly one time where she says sorry to a priest, and when she says sorry, she says sorry. That's about it. There's no power. A battery can fit here. Oh, so we're gonna need to find a battery and then take it to that charger and then charge it and then bring it here. Downhill reference, yep. It's just like Downpour. Okay, so now these things are actually taking swings at me. And wheelchair guy is also here. Dang it. Dagnabbit. How am I liking this game? It's okay. It is okay so far, but I don't think I'm very far into it. Use the typewriter to save your game. Nitric acid that can corrode metal over time. What happens if you don't have the light on in the dark? You die. Your screen gets all shaky and then you die. It's very obvious that it's inspired by Silent Hill, Resident Evil type of stuff. Sometimes it's a little bit too obvious where it kind of works against it. Because there's a fine line between...
What is going on here? This place is infested with nightmarish creatures. I need to be strong. I can't quit now.
Cat, stop. Hang on, the cat's trying to fuck with wires on the computer. Need to be strong. Out of here, Ziggy. You're not helping.
I've discovered that a surgical procedure is to be performed on 2 twin girls.
Yeah, we're getting save dialogue again.
I hope I can get to the operating room in time. There's something dark going on, something grim.
Cool. Good. Good stuff. But yeah, as far as having the old school horror feel to it, there's a fine line between having a very interesting and original game that is inspired by things like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, and ripping a little bit too much off. Because it's like, okay, we were in a hospital, we got a fake heart that we had to put into a fake body while going through a mirror to an other world. And it's like, okay, we get it. You played Silent Hill Origins. You know, stuff like that. That's too on the nose. It's too obvious. Okay, I can run past him. Bit of a waste there, but reload if we need to. God damn it. Ziggy is getting into too much shit. I need to kick him out and close the door. Give me a moment. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Ziggy is just an absolute demon. Like once he starts getting into his demon mode where he's just messing with stuff, it's impossible to like do anything. He's just gonna constantly be getting behind the computer and trying to grab wires, jumping up onto the desk and trying to knock stuff over. If I move him away from the computer, he starts jumping up on the dressers and trying to knock stuff over. So I just have to, like, put him out of the room and close the door. What is that for a gun? It's a nail gun. Or as this game refers to it, a nailer. June 15th, 1967. I started painting again. I was so afraid of the empty canvas, so intimate, so cold. Today I managed to overcome that fear. I painted from one side to the other, my brush wet with crimson paint. I did it with courage I did not know I had in me. The colors exploded on the canvas. The dead white became alive, and slowly the canvas and I started to forgive each other. I was so focused that William caught me by surprise. He grabbed me by the waist and kissed my nape. "You look radiant," he whispered into my ear. I let my hair loose. The painting could wait. Okay. Oh, hey, the priest. I was not expecting you to be in here. There other stuff before I talk to you? Animal skulls? Enjoying your carrot soup? Okay. Just, we'll talk to him then.
Ah, we meet again.
Father, what are you doing here?
Don't you see, child? I am eating some soup. God feeds my spirit, but I have to take care of my body.
How are you talking while also simultaneously shoveling soup into your mouth?
Oh my, what is this doing in my soup? Get rid of this thing, would you?
I found some information about the twins. I think someone means to perform surgery on them.
I see. There is an operating room on the West Wing. Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Partial thread bolt made of steel. Okay.
You said that operating room is on the west wing of the mansion, right?
That's right, the operating room is on the West Wing, on the second floor. But to get there, you will need to restore the power to the electric lock that's on the door that connects that area.
I'll see what I can do. Thank you, Father.
God be with you, my child.
You said that operating room...
Okay.
That's right.
Got it.
I'll see what I can...
God.
West Wing, second floor. But we have to restore power. Because of course the mansion is too big for that one generator that we've already restored. To restore all of it. Okay, so that's where we came from. Then we've got another one of these. Broken pot to fixed pot. We still don't have a way to mess with this. Do I melt it with acid? Melt this with acid. See if I can bait him this way. And then run around him. Hey. Hey. Hey, what's up, Yanni Cat? naked statues. Can't interact with this one. More nails for my nailer. Oh, okay, we're on this side of the hallway now. I see. And I can open this. So now we can get over here whenever we want. Reception. Take your turn. Oh. Yo, Nyani Cat. Nyani Cat, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Going out to the community. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. That is a lot of support. Kasumi Shin, John RPG Nerd, Kitty Mouse, Mark Hutz, and Valehera. Valehera. Enjoy your subs. Enjoy the emotes, courtesy of Nyani Cat. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we need a fuse. Use the bolt. Yeah. Bolt will always work in lieu of a fuse. Give me the map. West Wing. Nails. Oh no. Where's Wheelchair Buddy? There he is. Go through the elevator. Yeah. Oh no. This one doesn't. I need one of the special keys. Oh, okay, I can just push him out of the way, apparently. I'm gonna try these other doors. Oh, this one also needs a fuse. Yeah, I know. I need morphine. Okay, this one opens. Do. Who put these bodies here? A great question. What's with that noise? How does it make that sound? Shotgun shells can be used with a shotgun. Nothing unusual. Yeah, this is like the safe room music, kinda. It's very Parasite Eve, Resident Evil safe room. A first aid kit treats major injuries. We can heal big boy wounds now. And a maintenance crew logbook. November 30th, 10:30. Dr. Collin reported that no matter how many times he pressed the button to call the elevator, it didn't work. When I checked on it, I realized that someone had left an object blocking the elevator doors, stopping them from closing completely. January 20th, 1600. The buttons to call the elevator from the basement and the first floor aren't working. The elevator can only be called from the second floor. But we did see that elevator with a thing in front of it. I might wind up regretting this, but let's go ahead and save. That's why we saved. Yeah, so that puts us back here where we can actually block this door and keep the elevator from closing all the way. But let's do that without getting hit. That would be nice. Actually just bought Tormented Souls on PlayStation. How are you liking it? I just know it's very Resident Evil Silent Hill inspired, so I had to get it. Yeah, Backer kind of nailed it there with the nailer. Inspired is perhaps not strong enough a word. It is very blatantly taking things from those games. I mean, they wanted this to feel like a survival horror game from that era. It's got tank controls. It's very much that style of puzzles and static cameras and stuff, which, I said, I overall, I like it so far. It's okay. Not great. Homage might be a better word. It's a little too strong for inspired or homage. It's to the point of feeling like it's ripping things off. But as said, it's part of the aesthetic that they're going for, to make it like that, so it's okay. It goes a little bit too hard on referencing stuff, I think. Being a little bit too blatant. But overall, I am enjoying it so far. I like the atmosphere. I like the music. But a couple of things are, you know, I've only seen 2 enemies so far, and neither one is super impressive. It's very tropey. Very tropey. indie game, I mean, that doesn't change my opinion on things. If just because something is indie doesn't mean that it can't be more original. Just because it's a small studio or an indie studio or whatever. Doesn't mean they can't do more with it. Oh, shoot. Did you just insta-kill me? Yeah, kind of. Okay. I can't switch to weapons there. Because there's no light. Ever tried Lost in Vivo? I did. Lost in Vivo is kind of the same way. I enjoyed it. It was okay for what it was. But a lot of the influence is too obvious. Only thing that kind of bothers so far is enemy size for small corridors and placement. Yeah, some of the enemy stuff is kind of cheap. Just a little bit. Can I put my acid in the freezer? Bones can't interact with that. Organs in a pot can't interact with that. Should be a wheelchair man in here. Yep, there he is. Doesn't look like I missed anything. Although it is still showing red. Maybe that's just because of the freezer. There's still something to do with that freezer. I think if there's still something to be done in a room, it stays red. Where the battery charger is. See, now this area showing is green. Melt it with acid. Oh, climb on top of this cardboard box. Don't have what we need to get through the Tetris door. Made a point about blocking the elevator. Happens if I cycle back to it up here. Try to call it again. Hi, Sigma. This is live. This is my first time playing Tormented Souls. I don't do reruns or VODs and stuff on my channel. Obviously, there are VODs on my channel. But if you don't go out of your way to select them, and you see that I'm doing something, then it's live. So I think now I can take the bolt. I think that's the idea. And come back, we can take this bolt to the other switch box. Should be able to pull the thing out of the elevator. Use it again. This is the studio's first game? I don't know. I'm not familiar with the studio. I literally didn't know anything about this game or the people who made it, like, going into this. This is completely blind. They'll need the other part of the whatever to make the shotgun. Don't think I'll waste a save. I would really like to save ammo against the wheelchair guy here too. Should be able to bait him up the stairs. Go, go, go. Ah, shit. Oh, that's a new one. Ugh, that fucking range. The fucking range. Well, there goes all my healing shit. Yo, EJ. EJ20T. The big 55 months. Thank you so much, dude. Environmental design in this is great, but she looks like she's Gumby skating around. As said, I think that's the style they were trying to go for. It's hard to know how much of this can be chalked up to they're stylizing it as an early 2000s survival horror game, right down to some of the animations and stuff, or if that was just limitations of the team. Is Wheelchair Man unkillable? I've at least shot him enough to knock him down and move past him before, but I'm just trying to conserve ammunition and things as much as I can. Thank you again for the resub, EJ. This actually has a decent story. I mean, I'm still kind of in the early parts of the game. I haven't gotten to experience enough of it to really have a say on that yet. So far, the little bits of story, you know, that I've gotten are kind of, a pipe with an attached handle, it smells like sulfur. I think that's my shotgun. Shotgun, made from modified items. One shot at a time. Oh. 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 A man in a radioactive suit is walking around a body in circles. He sure is. It's the Downpour Boogeyman. It's the Order rubber suit guys from Homecoming. Nails. What the fuck is wrong with you, Father?
Father, what's going on here? Why is that weird man walking around the operating table with that weird chandelier in his hands?
What are you talking about, child? I don't see anything.
Oh.
You don't see the man on the other side of the glass?
My child, this place is giving you hallucinations. You must rest.
I don't know what's real or what is a product of my imagination, Father.
Father literally said there were dangerous things here and gave us the nailer in the first place.
Let me tell you a story. Hundreds of years ago, this island was inhabited by a tribe. One night, the moon could not be seen in the night sky, and the world was plunged into darkness. The shaman of the tribe, those with special blood, danced around their dead, willing their bodies to rise and walk the earth once more.
Arise, chicken.
That sounds terrifying.
Hundreds of years ago, the shaman...
That sounds...
Okay. So they're kind of giving us some information, but also he either does not see or is pretending not to see that weird shit going on. Talk about gaslighting. Horror trope bingo card is officially full. See, this is the kind of stuff where I'm like, okay. He says that he knows her, that he's seen her days before. She says she has no memory of that. So already we're doing the protagonist with amnesia type of storyline. He told us the place was dangerous, gave us a gun. Corrected himself that he might be forgetting stuff. True. I said, I'm still kind of early into this and piecing things together. This might turn into something a lot more interesting as it goes on. Right now it feels very tropey. Oh, were we actually... Is it dark enough here that... Oh, we get the little, like, screen flicker stuff. Infectious virus area. It's all right, Vlad. Don't need any more information than other than what I discover in the game. I will play it and come to my own conclusion. Don't make excuses for it. I can understand if other people like it. I've heard a lot of people say they really like this game. I heard a lot of people... See, I don't want any kind of expectation. I haven't looked into this at all. You know, I'm not expecting anything. There is no expectation. All I know from people who've recommended it to me is it's done in the style of old survival horror games. That's it. And so far that is true. Not necessarily always in a good way, but so far that is true. But otherwise, it's fine. Like, just wanna play it and see how I feel about it once I'm done. Almost like playing a video game. This body appears to have been operated on multiple times. It doesn't even look human anymore. Who's doing this? It's a Cenobite. But yeah, unfortunately, like, This is one of the reasons why I don't do this a whole lot anymore. I don't really like streaming blind games, because even when it's not people giving blatant spoilers or suggestions or help or anything like that, I don't even like a lot of the other stuff that goes along with streaming a game the first time. You know, people are asking me what I think about the story, like, sum up what you think the story is so far. And I don't want to do that. I want to figure it out, like, as it happens. I just want to play the game and enjoy it, and share my first experience with you all. And it's hard to do that without getting people who are sharing their own opinions and who are going to give their own expectations. Or, Vlad, like, I know you mean well, but you're trying to shape my expectations by giving me other comparisons, and it's like, I don't want anything like that. I just want to experience the game as if it came out, I don't know anything about it, and I'm sitting in my room by myself playing it like I would normally play any game if I wasn't a streamer. It's a big reason why October is my 1 month out of the year where I'll actually, like, play some games blind. And the rest of the time I'm streaming, the other 11 months out of the year, I don't really do blind playthroughs anymore. Because too many times have I streamed blind playthroughs and just streaming it completely kills the experience for me, unfortunately. Like, there's so many games that I started to enjoy that were immediately ruined for me by streaming them, essentially. My very first time playing, God, what was it? Fucking, what's that one game? Why am I blanking on it? The 2D sprite-based with Sans the skeleton. Undertale. I tried to stream my first playthrough of Undertale, and without knowing anything about the game, not knowing anything about the gameplay, not knowing anything about the story, or how it's supposed to work or anything as an RPG or anything like that, immediately, like maybe 5 minutes into the playthrough, where I was still figuring things out, people were like, "Are you doing a pacifist playthrough?" And by that point, I was still just playing it like a classic RPG where you fight and get experience points, because that was an option that the game gives you. You're supposed to play the game and come to the realization after you know that sort of stuff, like that you can go back and do a pacifist playthrough or whatever. I mean, 5 minutes into it, people give shit away because they're asking what kind of playthrough I'm doing. And it's like some stuff just gets ruined just by virtue of streaming it and sharing it with an audience, you know? So with this game, like, I'm trying to just kind of play it and focus on the game itself. And as said, so far, chat has been super cool for the most part. But there's always going to be people kind of getting into discussion that I don't want, or talking about expectations, things like that. Could make the chat sub only or emote only when playing blind games. I mean, at that point, why even have chat up? I could just close chat. I could close my chat window and just not read chat at all and just play the game. But people wanted me to play this. People have been wanting me to stream this. And if I'm playing it and streaming it and then not responding to stuff completely, you know, not having any interaction, what's the point of streaming it? I could just play it on my own time and then, you know, stream my second playthrough or something. So I try to hope for the best, essentially. I just try to stream it and hope for the best, and it never works out perfectly. There's always going to be a bit of back and forth with how chat is and how my experience is and how it's influenced by just streaming it in general. Honestly, half the games you speedrun, you've done because the game was spoiled for you and needed to get your money's worth somehow. Yeah, it just happens. It just happens. Anyway, have a good night, Monopoint. This is the blood of the chosen twins. Oh no. But yeah, usually with these playthroughs, I just try to not read chat as often as I do normally. And there's going to be a lot of comments and discussion that I'm going to try to avoid, stay away from. And that's the most I can really do. Anything different with the lights off? They do like their ominous bloody messages. Yeah, because, again, it's very tropey in that regard. Ominous messages written on the walls in red. Because that's the spooky color. More nails. A report about the Tismuit tribe. We got another one. Tismuit legends abound of the magical blood that courses through the veins of twins, allowing them to communicate with each other by thought alone. Some even claim that brothers and sisters could appear next to each other in seconds across incredible distances. Oh, shit. It is not surprising that the first explorers to arrive on the island called such gifted younglings witch children. Younglings? Unfortunately, they seldom survived 10 or 11 summers once chosen for sacrifice. However, the most striking tale is that of the nights when no moon was in the sky, the nights when the little twins would be sacrificed. The children would dance, torch in hand, around the tribe's deceased while the remaining tribesmen extinguished their torches. With this ritual, the dead would walk the earth again, at least for one night. His body was badly burned. Here in the hallway. Hey, morphine. Like how silent she is as a protagonist? I mean, she has spoken. There's been cutscenes and dialogue. Times where you save your game and she kind of shares her thoughts and stuff. Honestly, I wish there was a bit more of that. A little bit more of, like, examining things in the environment and giving her thoughts. November 15th, 1980. Maria is infected with a rare disease. My 2 girls are missing and my father has died. Upon my return from the business trip, I found the mansion surrounded by police. The officer in charge, without qualm, destroyed my entire world with his cold words. Afterward, they attacked me with annoying questions and did not let me see Maria until they were finished. She appears dead in life. Her skin, burnt by what seems to be radiation, is falling apart. Her physiognomy has changed quickly into something ominous. Her eyes do not show their pupils, and the only sounds that come from her mouth are feral screams. She was tied to a hospital bed, hand and foot, after attacking 2 of the nurses. One was left with severe injuries. She does not recognize anyone, not even me. The most potent sedatives we administer do nothing to calm her. I know not what they did to her, but I will not stop until I find the cure and those responsible for this evil act are punished. June 22nd, 1981. We have searched the closest forests and coasts for more than 6 months but have not found a thing, not even a tear of clothing. The authorities told me there's no point to keep on looking for them. It hurts to think that they might be right. Maria remains in a mental state that I cannot describe. I have never seen anything like it before. This goes beyond any illness. It more closely resembles a demonic curse. I still hold on to hope that Maria is somewhere inside that decaying being. Sometimes my doubts creep in, and I want to cut her throat to stop the suffering, but something inside me cannot let her go. I need to find the cure. Okay. Shotgun shells. Microscopes and various medicinal items. Medicinal. Not medicinal, not medical. Medicinal. Dressing room. Oh, shit. And of course the lights are off in there. Ugh. I can't really, like, swap to a weapon. Forgot about that. Do it again. Go. That newspaper looked like I could interact with it. Fire interview news. Newspaper article from July 30th, 1967. Thank you for allowing us to interview you, Director Bertram Wildberger. Bertram, that was Grandpa number 2 from the earlier note. We are very aware that this is a particularly delicate time for you and the people of Winterlake. Do you have any information about how the fire began? Experts are working hard to find the answer. Unfortunately, we are still waiting to discover the cause. What will happen now that the hospital is completely lost? As director of the hospital, and as someone grateful for everything life has given me, I am currently working on accommodating the hospital's needs within my mansion. This, of course, will be temporary, at least until we manage to construct a new hospital building. I've also spoken to kind donators will be providing equipment and furniture. So there was an original hospital burnt down. Grandpa started using this mansion as a temporary interim hospital, and then a new hospital was built and patients were being transferred over to that one so far, from what I've gathered. How generous of you, Director. I am merely God's servant. I exist to do his will. God's servant, existing to do his will. Bertram might be Father Soup Eater.
Hundreds of...
That's...
Okay. Goes back to the operating room. Gotta try... see what's in here without getting annihilated. A Wildberger diary. June 21st, 1969. Maria insisted on having a huge celebration for our little girl's 5th birthday. Even my stubborn father joined us. It appears the girls have changed him in a good way. Everything would have been perfect if it were not for Noah, Maria's father. His cold stare makes the girls uncomfortable, and the crude way he treats Maria makes me uncomfortable. So that's Grandpa Touchy, which Grandpa Bertram was possibly trying to stop. If the old man thinks he can keep abusing my wife as he did when she was a child, or dares believe he can do the same thing with his granddaughters, he is mistaken. I will protect my wife and daughters from anyone who would seek to do them harm. Birthday celebration. To Daddy. From Emma and Anna. June 21st. My home. Okay, morphine, which we're going to immediately need. Door unlocked. Ah, okay, that brings us back out here. Okay. Still need a VHS tape. Still need a disc for that one door. Still need a disc for that computer. Still need whatever kind of key or keys that are used for these doors. Dang. Still a lot of stuff. Morphine soup. Grandpa's having that morphine soup. Oh, shit. Well, that sucks ass. That a one-shot? Hell yeah. His blood is floating in the air. Still need to find the battery. There's a bunch of stuff I must have missed. This is the one that needed disc. Melt it with acid. Yeah. Here, I'll have to find a disc, take it to that computer, change the password. for this door, we need to go through bedroom, penthouse, the office, the other way. Okay, that's gonna be once we get into this room. We still don't have the VHS tape for the meeting room either. Tank controls and directional are both mapped on the controller? Yes. So if I move around with the analog stick, it's directional. If I move around with the D-pad, it's tank style. Normally, in these kind of games, I prefer tank. But the directional actually works pretty smoothly. I've only had a couple of situations where like the camera changes and the controls kind of go all weird. Some games handle that better than others. We're on East Floor 2 in the meeting room. Floor 1. Trying to see if I could kind of tell what would be below this hatch area. Tank turning seems fast, which is nice. The actual turn speed's okay, and then you've got like quick turn as well. So yeah, both control schemes are pretty comfortable. It is nice having both. There's times where I kind of switch between them. I don't think there's any use to do this anymore. Yeah, that's still the same. I'm surprised I still even have the stethoscope at all. I don't think any of these are items that'll go to anywhere down here yet. That's locked. That's shut tight. Yeah. Didn't think so. Then that way up that stair set is kind of a dead end. Dead end's right here. Hey, Boxy Foxy, thank you for the raid. Can interact with that. Still very surprised you don't use the acid or anything to get through this or burn the rope off. A taut rope is holding down the latch. I can't untie it. Well, that sucks. How's Tormented Souls? It's okay. It is okay so far. I still feel like I'm a little too early in the game to really make a fair judgment. Jury's still out. Yeah. There's parts of it that I really like. A lot of the lighting and atmosphere and music, for example, are really good. And then a lot of other things are kind of too overly tropish, where it's kind of obvious where inspiration came from. Oh, this is very Resident Evil. Oh, this is very Silent Hill. And I mean, that's what they were going for, so it's understandable that stuff is going to kind of be like that. Oh, he's going to spit on me and deal damage, isn't he? Camera is all static camera angles. Nothing else in here. Even this area. Red. As though there is still something here. Even with, like, nothing interactive. Check these areas a little bit more thoroughly, because I just kind of ran through because of the enemies, and I might have missed something important. Oh yeah, this hallway is blocked by a dude. Oh, and there's no candles in that one, so I can't light it. Now, if I switch to my shotgun and, like, immediately blast him, will that work? Let's find out. Nope. If it's too dark, you don't even use your weapon. So I'll need to, like, find a light switch. For this hallway. That leads around to the laundry room, which connects to the shower room. Tosh, that's the kind of stuff I don't want to get into discussion over. I don't know if there are optional things. I don't know if it's all only main quest. And if I start throwing out what I did last, people could be looking up walkthroughs to try to just suggest what to do next. Don't want any of that. I just want to explore and see what I can find. See what I can do. Nothing else over here with Broken Jesus? Nope. Hey, Duke. Happy October. That's the hatch that's locked. Ooh. You're still alive. You stop that. You stop being alive. Squishy guts in there, but otherwise got the diary out of this room. I think that was all that was in here. Caroline sandwich. Can only hope. Oh, this is like a weird sub-hallway that overlaps with other parts of the map. blood of the chosen twins. The anesthesia room. Like nothing else in here. Body appears to be operated on multiple times. Clip right through that one. For some reason, you can turn the light off here. That's gotta be for something. Doesn't seem to change anything, make anything interactive. Does it change this hallway? Hey, dirty fucking water. Glad you enjoy them. Glad they can get you through work. See... Anesthesia room should have led into this hallway right here, but it's highlighting this part of this map. Is that just a bug? Because it lines up with this part of the map. Hey, Tenteru Daijin. Damn, I hate October on Twitch. Only horror and scary games. I pretty much only play horror and scary games on my channel all year round. What kind of comment is that to bring here? I'm taking a break from my usual horror and scary games to play different horror scary games. But that's what I do on my channel, like, all year round. Literally been the focal point of my channel since 2015.
Hundreds of years ago.
That sound.
Okay, Father's got nothing new to say. Radioactive suit. I'm not even going to try to figure out your logic then, Tenteru Daijin. If you follow the channel and you know what I do, then you must like horror games to some degree. But then you show up in the channel and the first thing you say is, I hate October, it's only horror and scary games. I don't understand you. I'm just gonna play this video game and not hurt my head thinking about it. got that. Symbols above the keyhole. We still don't have the weird key we need for these kind of doors. Hey, what's up, bananas? Hope you're doing well tonight. Map of this area. Having the bolt as a fuse in there. Oh, hey. The West Wing second floor fuse is blown again, and I've run out of spares. These things are giving me a headache. All it needs to do is pass electricity through. I'm sure I could find something conductive to do the job in the meantime. Oh, well, that's... Apparently there was a hint about using the bolt, and I just guessed that you would use the bolt. Here's useful. Computer's not plugged in. Well, there's obviously power. The overhead light's on. Plug the computer in. Maybe there's a disk. Foul smell emanates from this body. Hey, Black Dahmer. Never played the game, so I will see it much, but I will be lurking around. No worries. Want to play without knowing? I completely understand. That's why I avoided watching streams and stuff of this game up until today, so that I could play it myself. It's all good. Enjoy your lurk. That. Oh, I guess the elevator closed. Tetris door. I'm still pretty sure I need some kind of different key or something to open those doors. All the weird markings on them. And elevator doesn't work from this side. Maybe I need to backtrack to that, like, first area. Still not sure where to use the acid, why I still have this stethoscope, why I've got this padlock. Can I melt the padlock? No. Mouth stethoscope. Back here was the whole kitchen, warehouse, and closet. Closet's where I can charge a battery, but I still haven't found a battery. The warehouse has the computer, but I couldn't find a disk. Unless there's something else that I can do in there. I didn't look around too thoroughly because there was a wheelchair guy. I'll try murdering wheelchair guy and look around a little bit more. Oh. God damn it. I hate when they're just right inside of a door, like immediately. Man, that is so fucking cheap. Take a little better look through here. No disk to eject. There's a slot for a floppy disk, but there's no disk. Insert disk to write new keyword. Still need to find a disk here. Seemed like there was anything else in here. You won't leave this place. They make it a big deal to keep reiterating, like, the date on the calendars. It also shows that whenever you look at, like, files up here, shows the date. Freezing cold. Nothing I've got needs to be frozen. Yeah, KKK in English chat is gonna have an entirely different meaning than, like, LOL. And in general, please keep chat in English. Because my moderators cannot moderate chat if it is in languages they don't know. gonna have to listen to that. Every time we open the menu. Okay, nothing with that. Hey, Grimmy. Going to assume no, because it's essentially a way of saying LOL for Brazilian. What else to do here? Damn. I am like full on stumped. In usual fashion, you're the first stream I'm watching in the new house. Nice, EJ. Did you get all moved? Actually done moving all that stuff? Oh! The door, the stupid door. Okay. I think I'm gonna reload. So that I can try to keep my supplies a little bit better. The fucking otherworld mirror place with the stuck door. I should be able to use the acid on that, right? And loosen it. Assuming that's what it's for. Still have the first aid kit. I don't remember exactly what I still need to go and do from here, from this save. It's been a little bit. I think we're doing this. In caution. Now we need to go second floor, move the bolt. Moved and finally getting time to set up stuff. Had your bachelor party last weekend. Nice. So that's still locked. We still need to open up that. Trying to remember what all I still had to do from that last save. Let's Grab this. Go back to the elevator. Hey, Casper. There we go. Ah, shit. Right. There's a bunch of bullshit here. Oh, come on. Okay, here's shotgun. Here's where we talk to Padre.
Father, you...
Hundreds of
Tells the story. Give me the nails for the nailer. Anything else hidden back here? Nope. Oh yeah, there is a visual glitch. Somebody mentioned that last time we were here. I wanted to kind of wait and pay attention. Everything kind of flickers. Go around and gather stuff again. Shotgun shells. Yeah, that was you, EJ. You mentioned the graphical glitch. I was like, I didn't notice the graphical glitch the first time around. I wanted to hang out and make sure this time. Body is burned. Ismut tribe note. Annoying guy in the hallway. Morphine. Diary. Shells. Microscopes and medicinal items. He was just kind of like frozen there for a moment. Dressing room. I don't think there was anything too important in there. It was like a note. Speaking of note, run in and grab that real quick. Okay. Oh, Baker, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Holy shit, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you. Only got 2 of these recording tapes left. Let's go ahead and save now that we've done the whole switch the bolt thing. So far it's okay, Catmech. It's not, it's not great, but it's okay. And I still think it's a little too early to fairly judge it, more than anything. I need to get back to main hall, maternity ward. Would have been cool if she made a recap of what you've done every time you save. I mean, she's kind of already done that twice. And I guess it's based on like certain progression elements that determine when she does that or not. But personally, I always am like, I always want more dialogue. More dialogue, the better. I want my horror protagonists to comment on things the way a person would, the way I would in a situation. That's part of the reason why I love Silent Hill 3 so much. Because Heather comments on like everything. Just about anything that you can run up to and examine, Heather has something to say about it. And a lot of times it's pretty relatable dialogue, you know? Reading their thoughts is faster and less cringe. Not using the word cringe is less cringe. And I'm talking about reading, like in Silent Hill 3 it's all reading. Like you would examine something and text would pop up and Heather would have text dialogue that you read. She doesn't have to speak it. You're just getting her inner monologue, her thoughts. So you'd check something and she'd be like, oh, this reminds me of this. Or This looks gross and creepy and weird. Like, you learned more about her as a character, and she felt far more relatable as a person because of all of that extra text, all that extra dialogue. It doesn't need to be voiced. But here it's like, if there's nothing important there for you to examine, you almost never get any sort of reaction at all. You know, you get stuff like this. Surgical tools, they don't appear to be in good condition. Like, you're in a weird nightmare realm after stepping through a mirror into who knows what kind of alternate reality or whatever the fuck. Who cares about the surgical tools that are in bad shape? Like, look at the rest of the world around you. Reactions to things like that are what make you relate more to these protagonists. And this game is lacking a lot of that. Yo, Freedom to Roam, thank you so much for the 19 months in a row, the big 50 months total. That is a huge amount of support. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right. Acid. It's not the acid. Won't budge. I need to force it somehow. I thought maybe you could, like, loosen it. Melt it. As it says, it's a bottle of nitric acid that can corrode metal over time. Damn. I thought for sure that might be how I go through the door. Loosen it up with that acid. This doesn't open at all. Well, damn. Now I'm not sure. Now I'm once again stumped. Consume the acid. Kinda getting to that point. Consume the lock. She's gone. Does this change anything if I close the hatch? Does this allow the other hatch elsewhere to be opened? I assume it doesn't actually matter. I'm just surprised that you can even toggle this open and closed. What else do we have? These weird key doors that I still can't use. That is still locked from the other side. would normally lead this east wing hall. Trying to figure out if there's still somewhere I haven't been that I could potentially get to. Over to the main hall. There's the service area here. There's this hatch that I can't get through the rope. I thought the acid would be for the rope. It didn't seem to be. I thought maybe I could use the lighter to burn the rope. It didn't seem to be. So it's looking for some specific item for getting rid of that rope. Scissors or a knife or something. Studio. This went around here. And that, I believe, is locked. Bone saws and scalpels everywhere. You need one very specific item to get rid of this rope. Yeah, that one, it's a little frustrating, right? Because it's like, it's just a rope. It's a rope that you can't untie. You have a lighter that never runs out. Ropes burn. Died in one shot? Nice. It's been mutilated. Hooray! It could have been a lot of other things other than just a rope with a knot in it. This would be the morgue if it opened, but it's closed. Yeah, locked from the other side. So that is one of the locked doors from that side of the basement. Downstairs from the main hall. Which also said locked from the other side. So the morgue is locked from both doors and it shows a B, meaning there's a hatch. So that's probably... yeah, B. That's this hatch. That would lead down into the morgue. And then there's A, would be a different hatch. That's the one in the service area. That's the one with the rope on it. Which would lead to this boiler room. So ultimately, I need to find whatever the game wants me to have to get rid of that rope. Otherwise, it's just the generator room and the X-ray room. Now that Priest is somewhere else. Nope, nothing different here. At the end of the day, yeah. X single-use item to get past Y door. And unfortunately, it's kind of devolving into that. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm bad at the game and stupid. But, it feels like I'm just kind of at a point where all I can do is run around and see what things I can interact with and where can I actually put the acid, or why I have the padlock or stethoscope still. Even this, I can still turn the generator off for some reason. As far as I can tell, there hasn't been another thing. There's not like, oh, this floor is electrified, I have to turn off the generator to get past it. Or like Silent Hill 1, oh, this key is wrapped up in a wire and I have to turn off the generator to be able to grab it. Haven't seen anything like that. So I've got a lot of like things that I can do, but I'm not sure why I can do them or why I have them. Too many MacGuffins to keep track of. And that's the thing, is I'm not even sure if some of them are actually intentional or not. If some of them are just like, yeah, you can turn the generator off, but there's no reason to. Or like the one operating room, it's got a light switch in it. You can turn the lights on and off. Like, okay, that's cool, but why? Nothing seems to change. And there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't figured out. Again, I'm not looking for answers. I want to be stuck. I want to try and figure it out myself, because it'll be that much more satisfying when I figure out what to do. But there's also stuff like the map, the color coding on the map. Some areas, as I'm going through them, are turning green on the map, and some areas are red. Does that mean there's an enemy in there? Does that mean there's an item in there? Does that mean there's a puzzle component there? Does that just signify a locked area? It can't just be a locked area, because some of these areas I've gotten into, like the kitchen, the closet, the warehouse. But some of them it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Why does a hospital have a dental practice? Because it's Canada. Universal healthcare. And it's also just a temporary hospital set up in some rich grandpa's mansion. Or at least that was what it was supposed to be. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of weird about it. Wait, so this is the dentist room. From the waiting room. This opens up into the corridor? Oh, I see. There's a door that would go to the corridor, but it's all blocked by shit. So that door would be this right here. I wish they wouldn't show this as like a blue accessible door on the map. Okay. Trying to be thorough at this point. So, out of the dentist's room. Got the double doors leading into the main hall. Back to that. And then the examination room. Examination room is still showing as red. So, is there still something significant in here? As far as I know, it's just like this body. It's covered in blood. It reeks. I don't dare lift the sheet. Tape is required to save progress. Nothing else I can interact with. The mannequin. Why is there so many things that I can examine in here, but not, like, interact with, not be able to use an item on? Tried to make up the dialogue deficit with a room of examination. I mean, it is the examination room. Stuff like this, you know. It's an old piano. Sadly, I don't know how to play. Unusual key design. Melt it with acid. Listen to it with a stethoscope. Smash it with a padlock. I also wonder how much of this is lost in, like, translation. Because there's a lot of translation errors and stuff. Unusual key design. Okay, so from the main hall... be a door to the archives. I can't get behind the counter to get there. And it's locked with a weird key from there. That's this one. This would be archives. The Tetris one. Kind of special key needed for that stuff that I don't have yet. There's this. Don't have any change. Melt it. Melt it with the acid and then change will fall out of it. But this has the studio, service area, check the service area again. Maybe there's a magic pixel on getting rid of that rope that I didn't use something appropriately on. Gray image, we already did that. This guy's still alive? Yes, he is. Ooh. Okay, now we can take our time. Taut rope is holding down the latch. I can't untie it. No other part of this can be interacted with. Just the rope. Can't melt the rope with acid. We can't melt the hatch or the hinges with the acid. We can't burn the rope with fire. We can't pry it open with the pry bar. So that is just looking for something very specific. What's up with the dolls? That's like the third one so far. I don't know. I don't know if there's a significance to it other than dolls are weird and creepy. But yeah, They're usually holding stuff. I forget what it was I took from this one. I took something from it. I think that was the first half of the shotgun. And then I got the second half from another doll, another similarly posed doll. Got the public restroom, which I think has an enemy in it. Yep. Shit. Here we go. Light the thing. The fact that you can't even, like, use your weapons when it's dark. You have to, like, run in, light candles, then switch. And then there's not even anything in here. Like, there was something in here. There was I think it was a diary. One of the notes I picked up. So now there's like nothing to interact with in there. And still it shows up as red. I don't get it. All right. And this hallway leads to a shower room and a laundry room. This door is locked from the other side. Have to get to it from the laundry room. That candlestick holder does not have candles and cannot be lit. And this asshole attacks you if you try to run past. And I can't attack him because it's too dark back here. So unless I find a way to turn lights on. If I don't have a light source, I can't kill that guy. Just take one of these candles and go put it in the other candle stand. Then take out your shotgun and kill it. Or leave the lighter lit and set it on the floor. Then take out your weapon and kill it. No way to, like, combine resources with items? No. Hey, what's up, Bowie? Up to par with Silent Hill or Resident Evil? Not up to par, no. But I think it's a little unfair to judge it until I finished it. So far, it's okay. It's not bad. But it's lacking in a lot of pretty critical areas. But yeah, I'm only a few hours. I read your Fatal Frame thing in chat, and my brain got confused. But yeah, I'm only a few hours into it. Well, about 6 hours at this point. But a lot of that time is also wandering around confused, especially the last couple of hours. It's basically everything. It's reminiscent of that era of horror. So early 2000s, mid 2000s horror. So it's like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Fatal Frame, Haunting Ground, Rule of Rose, all of those kinds of things. The trouble is it references them so closely that it's really tropey in a lot of ways. It's just a lot of horror tropes so far. There's been some interesting stuff, some unique stuff. I like the atmosphere of it. I like the music of it. But there's a lot of stuff that's lacking too. So I would not. So far, my experience is it is not up to par with Silent Hill or Resident Evil. It's very clearly made by people who are fans of that era of survival horror, but it's not living up to it or exceeding it. Still go from this upper floor. Do I not even have a map of this upper floor? I did. Locked from the other side, so I still need to unlock that. There's still stuff up here I haven't done. Or at least not since I reloaded. I've already moved the fuse around. Did I ever kill Wheelchair Man in this hallway? Nope. Let's do that. Let's try to do it with the nailer. Rather do that than waste a shotgun shot. Yeah, it's still too early to give a fair, complete judgment. It's still way too early. Unusual. Who put these bodies here? Plugged in. But it's like here we have this nice, soothing, safe room music, which it's like, yeah, I like the music. I like the music itself. But it's also like you have a tape recorder and you use your limited recording tapes to make your limited saves in your safe rooms. Like, okay. It's one thing to be like, we like Resident Evil and we want to make a game like that. And it's another thing to be like, we're going to completely copy your entire save system. Just make it something slightly different. Trying to think technically. Oh shit. That's right. You're still here. Game's very reminiscent of classic Resident Evil and Silent Hill games. If you don't have the internet to look up a guide, you'll run in circles for hours. And I'm fine with that. I like this aspect of the game right now that I'm going through. I'm spending hours revisiting areas and combing through, trying to find what did I miss, where can I use things. Like, I like that aspect of a game. That's one of the best parts of a first playthrough of these kinds of games, is that wandering, that not knowing exactly what to do. Because once you've played the game once, you never get that experience again. Like, you never have that same sense of being lost. And I will say I like the environments for the most part. Having to go through and kind of learn my way around this mansion and all the stuff that's in it to try to piece together, like, what have I run into? What things could I possibly use this jar of acid on, or, you know, whatever. So, like, no complaints, no actual complaints on this aspect of the game. But when you have, like, it's a guy in a big rubber suit, a big rubber radioactive suit with a gas mask and a giant hammer. I'm like, okay, I've played Silent Hill Downpour. I get it. You go through a mirror to go to an other world where you use a plastic heart in a plastic doll in order to solve a puzzle. It's like, okay, I played Silent Hill Origins. It's those parts of the game where I'm like, that's too much. That's too similar. Hey, look at this bone saw right here. I could use that. Cut that rope. What is this? This like glowing white spot. I think that's just a lighting reflection. Weird lighting thing. Still not sure why you can turn the lights off in here. That stuff should certainly be voiced. A weird burned body on a table. Even that kind of stuff I'm fine with. Like, again, Silent Hill 3, one of my favorite games when it comes to, like, in-game dialogue, characters speaking their mind. I'm okay with a lot of that stuff being just text. That doesn't bother me either. So father tells us the story.
Hundreds of years ago, this island was inhabited by a tribe. One night, the moon could not be seen in the night sky, and the world was plunged into darkness. The shaman of the tribe danced around their dead.
That sounds...
Oh my god, am I really that stupid? It's the story. It's the story. We gotta dance. We gotta dance. We gotta turn off the light and dance around the bodies. I'm dancing, look at me, I'm dancing, look at me, I'm dancing, we're dancing. I'm doing the ritual, we're doing the ritual. Are we doing it? This what you wanted? What if I walk? You want me to walk? I was gonna be really impressed if that was actually it. No, no help, no tips, no suggestions, no spoilers. I will just straight up ban you. Let me play the video game. Getting stuck in it is part of playing it. This one? The table with the twins? Same thing, but wrong table? This one that says, "This is the blood of the chosen twins." How about it? The game hitched for a second. I almost thought it was loading something. Like it was actually going to do something. The other thing was it said it had to be pitch black, but if I turn off the light completely, yeah, we start getting the screen blur. Like everything is going to... I'll just die. Damn. That would have been cool. That would have been really cool if that was actually it. If you have to, like, try to do the ritual. Because I'm like, oh, that explains why you would turn the light off. It's the moon going out and the night being pitch black. I want you to run around the body to make it rise back up. And then maybe we could kill it and get something from it. Nope, does not appear to be that. There's also this part of the map that's kind of weird to me. So we're going from the operating room into the anesthesia room. And then this connects to a hallway. when you look at the West Wing hallway map, it's showing the wrong map. It shows the wrong floor. And I don't know if that's just a glitch or if there's something significant to like highlighting, because it's this hallway right here, the West Wing hallway. West Wing floor 2. But it's showing the West Wing floor 1 map with the hallway laid over it. That's got to just be a bug. Did I kill the thing in the dressing room? No, I don't think I did. No, I did not. Okay, but that opens up this hallway. Fuck it. Let's kill this asshole. This diary, we read this earlier. Another morphine. I don't think there was any actual progression items in here. A lot of this stuff I did earlier, and I reloaded to save because I wanted to conserve ammo and stuff while I was wandering around trying to figure out what to do. But then what I thought would be what to do was not what to do. So now we're wandering around again, and I might as well kill off enemies, because for now they don't seem to respawn or anything. So that at least opens up that. How you sound when you stretch in the morning. Oh, look at that magical disappearing and reappearing vase. This fucking map being broken. This just goes to the operating room. Already tried to do that. This just goes to the observation room. The radioactive suit is walking around a body in circles.
Hundreds of years ago,
That sounds...
Okay. Let's see if walking and the actual direction makes a difference. That actually was it. That actually was it? You're a big boy. You're a big, big boy. Can I turn the lights on now? We're looping, we're looping. Oh, shit. We're looping, we're looping. Wow. It actually was. It actually was performing that ritual. You just had to be very specific about the direction and walking. An old scalpel, it's very sharp. Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what will cut. Unburnable, unacidable rope. Like there weren't dozens of those laying around. Yeah, this specific scalpel is a lot more sharp than those other ones. It's very sharp. But hey, I will say props where props are due. Having to actually do that and do it so specifically is pretty fucking cool. That was neat. More stuff like that. More stuff like that would be pretty cool. I was stuck there for a good couple of hours before paying attention to the fucking story from Grandpa and realizing that that was a puzzle solution. That was good. That was good. Is there an enemy here now? Did I just hear an enemy noise? Just creaky stuff. Maxie had to ask for help. It's a rough part. Dude, I don't blame him at all. Where am I going? Through the studio. I do not blame anybody for getting to that and asking for help. That took me a moment. That took me several moments. Even by the time I almost gave up on it. I was almost just like, I tried doing the ritual thing and it didn't work. Damn. Oh, look at this very sharp scalpel cut right through this unburnable, unacidable. God, this is stupid. This is stupid. As cool as the ritual part is, that rope being such a problem. Okay. Boiler room. My favorite kind of room. Yeah, now we go to the sewer level. Oh, I hear things. Someone was living here. Shotgun. A fridge. It doesn't seem to be operational. Nothing here is useful. Oh, it actually is a sewer level. 2 socks. Try not to give stuff like that away, even if it's relatively minor. Oh, shit. Need to keep light. Haven't played it, just guessed. I mean, it's a hatch leading down underneath a giant mansion. I'd say that's a fair guess. Oh. Game kind of freaks out there. I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Hey, Raging Air. Yes, we completed the ritual. We killed the boss. We cut the rope. And now we're down here. A med kit. It's a little old thing that heals my major wounds. Is that really all that we get? Is that really all we get now? I appreciate you holding back, Raging Air. I would have been pretty fucking pissed off if someone had spoiled that shit or gave it away. Because that was very satisfying. That's why it's okay to be stuck. Do I have a blind play bot? I don't have any bot. I don't have any channel bot set up. I have not been able to set up a channel bot because I don't have my own computer. And the bot that is set up on this computer is for Cyborg Rachel's channel. And if I try to modify it or change commands, it fucks up stuff that she's already set up. So I do not have a bot. I have to rely on hopefully people having common sense to not spoil things. I've also got chat in 1-day follower only mode. So people who are new to the channel can't just immediately blurt shit out. But yeah, that's about all I can do. Who put these bodies here? Maybe this guy. Shit. I see the chandelier. I need him to follow me over to a light source. I don't know if he'll actually follow me all this way. A new diary. January 2nd, 1971. Maria has lost another child. This is the third. I do not know how I find the strength not to falter, but I must be strong for both of us. Maria's condition worsens by the day. Her body may be damaged, but it is her mind that worries me most. She says not a word, and her eyes have stopped reacting when exposed to light. She no longer recognizes me and startles when I try to draw close. Oftentimes, she's so disoriented that she screams and breaks everything in her path. I can stop her only with an injection. I know that Maria, my Maria, is somewhere inside that damaged body. January 4th, 1971. She worsens. Today, I witnessed an awful sight as I entered her room. She stood in a pool of blood, lashing her own back with a whip. I grabbed her by the wrists, but she fought back while screaming at the top of her lungs. Hey, we guessed that earlier, talking about flagellation. In like the first or second Maria diary, where it mentions the scars from the whip. I called in a paramedic to help me sedate her and put stitches across her entire back. How could she do this to herself? What goes on inside her head? At least tonight she will sleep soundly. January 10th, 1971. By God, what have I done? Maria, will you ever forgive me? What did you do, Bill? What did you do, Bill Wildberger? I wish I could zoom on these things. I can't read it. I just want to zoom in. And I can't. There's no way. What did you do, and was a pillow involved? Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not that blatant. Hey, Cloud. Good evening. Oh, okay. Bye. That bed was... That one was a little shy. What an awful place to die. Also, there's a demon here. Turning all the crosses upside down. That one's still right side up. Don't open. It's the Bass and West. There's so many glitches in the map and stuff. I don't have a bot, Cloud. Stream's been live for about 7.5 hours. We are botless. We have been botless since I have not been streaming on my own computer since July. Until I get my own computer shipped here, I'm sharing Cyborg Rachel's stream setup, so I can't mess with her chatbot, and I can't enable my own because of the way Streamlabs chatbots work. Hey, morphine. A small metal dial. There are symbols around the edge. Oh. How far am I into the game? In hours. 7 hours, 28 minutes since I started the stream. It's my first time ever playing the game, so I don't have any idea. Oh, that's a hand in a toilet bowl. It's my first time ever playing the game, so I don't know if I'm halfway through or a quarter way through or whatever. I have been playing it for 7.5 hours. Silent Hill toilet. It's a gross toilet, although it's got a severed hand in it. What do I think of this game so far? It is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. It has its moments. It's got a couple cool things, but it's also very horror tropey. It doesn't do a lot of original stuff. No backseating. No hints, no spoilers. I'll just straight up ban you. Severed hand is in a toilet bowl. Okay. Nothing else we can do with that. It's just there. With a cool zoom in angle. Alright. Alright. Oh my god, the Silent Hill 1 locker jump scare. Body was hidden inside. There's like a different prompt. Like trying to see. Is that a bug? There's like an extra prompt there? Okay. Silent Hill, see stuff like this. It's just like literally Silent Hill 1 body falling out of locker. Do the same thing. It's moments like that where I don't like what this game is doing. Now, having to hear a story about a ritual, watch a ritual being performed, and then figure out to copy it yourself in order to progress the game. Stuff like that is pretty cool and clever. I like that. But then there's a lot of stuff that's just, hey, remember Silent Hill? Hey, remember Resident Evil? And I get it. If you're trying to make a classic style survival horror game, which is what the developers set out to do, you kind of want to have some of those moments because that's how those games were. But you don't want to overdo it. And this game kind of hits that point of overdoing it. Medical report of a hospital patient. Winter Lake Hospital, 6/6/1916. Dr. Rick Pelletier. Of her 2 twin babies, Miriam Morissette, in the process of delivery, gives birth to her first baby, Noah, but unfortunately the other twin, Methuselah, passed away as soon as the umbilical cord was cut. At the moment, the causes of his untimely death are unknown. We hope the autopsy will give us some answers. Morphine! I hear another guy. Come this way. Door unlocked. That is to the main hall or the morgue? Hang on. More nails. Finish looking around here. I think that's the main hall. Too dangerous to step in this water. Oh, now I mentioned it earlier. I was like, why can you turn the power back off? And I was like, maybe there's some sort of electric floor or something, you know, an electrified key, something where you have to turn the power back off in order to cross. Maybe that's our cue to go do that. It's not good that I can predict this kind of stuff, I will say. If I can just see like, oh hey, there's a generator. It allows you to turn it on and off. Why would it let you turn it off once it's on? Unless there's a reason to do so. And I guessed it, fucking electric floor. Uniquely suited to have that ability. I've just played a lot of horror games in my life. And a lot of games in general. So it's like, it's stuff that I look for. It's stuff that I recognize. At least these guys are staying dead. For now. Yeah. Same with movies. Same with a lot of things. You know, watch a lot of horror movies. Stuff in movies becomes predictable. these be interacted with? No? Alright. It is dark. You are likely to be eaten by a grue. We just might. We just might be. A love letter, but written by a crazed stalker. It's a love letter from Stanley Coleman from Silent Hill 3. Like, we get it. You love Heather, but you're being way too creepy about it. And way too obvious. Like the fixed camera angles, though. Visually, I really enjoy the game. Absolutely. I like the camera angles. I like the lighting and visuals. I like the music and the ambient sounds. Door that I opened. Basement west to main hall, downstairs. What's my bad points so far? The game's very tropey. It's very predictable in a lot of elements of it, and there's too many parts of it where it's very clear where the influence came from. Like, I understand they're referencing Silent Hill and Resident Evil and stuff, but it's like, okay, you've got safe room music with, instead of a typewriter and ink ribbons, it's a tape recorder and tapes. Like, way too close to the source material without changing enough. There's a whole segment where you're in part of the hospital where you go through a mirror into the other world and you get a plastic heart to solve a puzzle, and it's like, okay, we get it. It's Silent Hill Origins. Like, stuff like that. Stuff that is too close to the source material. It becomes more than just reference. It becomes more than just like an homage. It's copying too closely. This should turn off the dangerous electricity. Exactly, copied homework meme. Where it's like, I'll let you copy my homework, but change it a little bit. Hey, the morgue is open. So, if I leave the switch off, presumably nothing else to do here. So once that's been flipped, whoa, can I climb on this? Hey, look at me go. Running on things. Let's go ahead and go turn that back on. But yeah, it is a very thin line. It is difficult to do a lot of these kind of things to make a game that is supposed to feel like classic survival horror without just straight up copying classic survival horror. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of similarities and a lot of tropes and stuff like that, but it needs to do some more originality, more original things on top of the elements that it's taking from those classic games. That said, I am enjoying this game. I am overall enjoying the game. It's not enough to take me out of it. It's enough to kind of make me groan every once in a while where I'm like, okay, I get it. I played that game too. I see what you're doing there. But then there's other cool moments where I'm like, hey, that music is good, that camera angle's good, that situation or setup is good. There was a really clever puzzle with a ritual a moment ago that was really good. So it's like, it's got its moments. It's got its moments too. It's not just blatant reference the game. Oh yeah, me too, Egan. I keep kind of expecting that with some of these rooms where I'm like, am I going to come back to this and there's going to be new enemies or stuff that was previously killed gets back up, that kind of thing. So far, it hasn't hit me with one of those. I'm waiting for all the crimson heads because all these bodies are still here. I'm waiting for the turning point where they go, hey, remember when Resident Evil had all these zombie bodies stick around and then they turned into worse zombies later? I'm waiting for that. Song of Horror seems to have done it better. I have not played Song of Horror, so I cannot comment on that. Okay. Made some progress now. Let's do a save. This is my last recording tape for now too. But I'm in a decent spot. I've got progression items, full health, 6 shotgun shots, 75 nails, 5 morphines, and a first aid kit. Pretty good spot to be in. We'll save it in our nice save room with our ink ribbon. I mean, tape.
I don't know what just happened.
Oh, we get more dialogue.
There was a dead creature lying on an operating table. It had blades for hands. After circling the body 3 times, it rose and tried to kill me.
It did.
I found an old scalpel. The priest told me it would have been used in the basement morgue. I should find some leads about the girls there.
Okay. That's where we're going next. Do 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 do. Wish she had more personality. Me too. Interesting, considering Konami originally intended Silent Hill to be a Resident Evil clone. Not necessarily a clone, but very heavily inspired. Again, that's one of those instances where you can look at the original Silent Hill. It's very clearly aping off the success of Resident Evil, but it's not completely copying Resident Evil. It has its own way of doing horror. It has its own way of setting up scares. It has its own way of setting up atmosphere. It has its own way of like doing pretty much everything. But every once in a while, there's those little things, you know? You open up your map to mark important locations, and it does this like sci-fi zoom on the map. And you kind of go, wait a minute, that looks like a Resident Evil map trope. But the way that it sets up the game is very, very different from Resident Evil. It's obviously inspired, but it's doing so much of its own things. Whereas this, that inspiration is there, but there's a lot more than just like, oh, it looks like a Resident Evil map. Like, which it does, by the way. Marking your green and red rooms and flashing what section of the map you're in. That kind of aspect of it. The safe rooms and things like that. Very clearly that there are things like that taken. If these were the only things that were directly copying Resident Evil or Silent Hill or things like that, that would be fine. But then you have go through a mirror to the other world, use a plastic body part on a plastic body to solve a puzzle, body falling out of lockers, jump scare, where it's taking direct elements from the games that it's drawing from for inspiration. And it crosses that line. It goes past that line. It needed to be a bit more original in those regards and not take so many of those aspects from these games. They didn't have space on the cartridge for her personality after all the jiggle physics, I bet. Well, let's kind of talk for a moment about the devs, because I don't know a whole lot about this game. I don't know a whole lot about the developers, what other games they've done before, or how they typically do things. But I did look up one thing, because when I was checking the first 2 minutes of this game out, literally setting it up so that I could capture it on OBS and making sure that my controls and stuff worked. In the first 2 minutes of this game, there's full frontal nudity. And I was like, oh wow, that's unexpected. And I wanted to look up how much of the game is that? How much is that fan service? Michelle, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for that support. Let me finish my thought here. Thank you though. But first 2 minutes of the game, literally the second or third cutscene in the intro, is our main character completely naked, full frontal nudity, just bam. And I wanted to look up how much of the game is like that. So I was doing a quick search to see how much nudity and stuff is in the game, and it turns out not really that much. There's a bit here and there. It's mostly that scene in the intro. And I found an early tweet from before the final version of Tormented Souls was released, where there was a trailer, and the trailer shows that same scene, but it's shot differently, where there's no nudity. And somebody responded, a fan of theirs, or a player or whatever, responded to the tweet you should have more nudity or sexy costumes and fan service in the game because Resident Evil and Silent Hill and Fatal Frame has stuff like that too. And to a slight degree, that's correct, but not to like the blatant, you know, full-on frontal nudity, fan service type stuff. And at the time, the Tormented Souls devs responded to that tweet, and they were like, we don't know if there will actually be any nudity in the game. They were like, we don't know if it's going to be like that, but we'll take this into consideration. And then here we are with the full release of the game, having that scene redone so that you see full frontal. So it's fan service to like the absolute most blatant degree, where they put out a trailer and a fan said there should just be some nudity in there, and the devs were just like, yeah, sure, and they just put nudity in it just for the sake of that. Just to give you an idea of kind of the mindset of the devs, that was the only thing that I looked up just from the first 2 minutes of the game that I saw, and seeing that scene and being like, that's kind of surprising. Let me do a little more research on this. On the other hand, the game is for 18 years and up. No, that's fine. I can understand if there is nudity in a game for a reason. This is nudity in a game literally because some guy on Twitter asked for it. If the devs had a creative vision, we're going to make her seem more vulnerable by having her naked here, or something. It's going to add to it. It's going to add to the situation. It's going to have context. This was literally a guy on Twitter asked for it, so we put it in there. And I'm guessing that's where a lot of the bluntness comes from. Where somebody on the dev team or somebody who knows the devs, other fans and people like that, they're the reason why you see like, hey, Silent Hill did this body falling out of a locker. You should put stuff like that in there. And somebody on the dev team probably just went, yeah, okay, and just did it. You know? I don't have a problem with nudity in the game. That's fine. But seeing that it's in the game because of just fan feedback, just some guy saying, there's boobies in Fatal Frame and other horror series, so you should have boobies in your game. They went, okay. Like, here, let me take a moment. I need to take a break here anyway. We're coming up on 8 hours, so I'll pull up the tweet. I'll pull up the interaction and show you what I mean. Like, I'm not exaggerating. So this is from... Hang on. All right, Baker, thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate you chilling and hanging out. Of course, this will all be archived if you want to come back and see what you missed. But thank you. Have a good night. Or morning at this point. It's like 5 a.m. for me. I don't know what it is for you. So give me a second. Let me pull up this thing. Find capture. All right. So here it is. Think that idea might have been in the works already? So this game came out at the end of August. This is from August 5th of 2020, so about a year before the game came out. A little over a year before the game came out. Tormented Souls, Dual Effect Games. We're excited to announce our first trailer for Tormented Souls in collaboration with Abstract DW, P-Cube Games, coming to consoles and PC next year. So we get this trailer, right? We get the Tormented Souls trailer. Coming 2021. Here's the scene in the bathtub. Her arm is covering her chest. Different pose, different camera angle, no nudity. This guy responds, "I will be honest, this game looks good, but it lacks nudity. The protagonist is very beautiful, and seeing scenes or sexy costumes will help a lot, and even in Resident Evil and Silent Hill they have done this, since a little fan service is not bad, and they will give many sales." Tormented Souls responds, "We cannot assure you if there will be nudity, since our game focuses on horror. Everything will depend on the context within the universe of Tormented Souls." Fast forward to the game fully releasing, they completely redid that scene from the intro, from how it looked in their original trailer. Straight to boobies, straight to full frontal. Because this guy was like, "Yeah, there's boobies in Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Sexy costumes and fan service, it'll help get you some sales." So it's bad enough that there's that type of guy, you know, whatever. That type of fan is out there for everything. But the fact that the devs listened to that guy says a lot about how they are. To me, that says a lot about how the devs are. They're very blunt. They're very straightforward. And they're very overambitious when it comes to fan service, which is why so many things that are so closely resembling nudity or Silent Hill or Resident Evil, I think a lot of the more blatant aspects in the game are coming from people like that, where they just wanted fan service. They just wanted to please the crowd. Even guys like that. Anyway, that aside, I said, this game's kind of got its problems. The devs kind of have some problems. And there's a couple weird fans out there, but there is for everything. All that aside, overall, I still like this game. It's still on the positive side of the scale for me, overall. But then maybe they showed that many underage would see it, so maybe they covered there. The devs themselves said in the tweet, they said, "We don't know if there will be nudity or anything." And then after that guy said, "You should probably put boobs in the game," there were boobs in the game. And more. Anyway, Michelle, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed how much of the stream you were able to catch. I very much appreciate the support. Sorry to go off on my rant, but I had to point that out. It's the one thing that I looked up regarding this game or the devs or anything, and I was very surprised to see that. Don't recall any nudity or boobs showing in Resident Evil or Silent Hill. There's not. There's not like full-on nudity like that. Resident Evil has like some zombie tits, I guess. And there's like this sexy nurse outfit in Silent Hill. For like Silent Hill 4, you have Eileen and Cynthia. They have sexy outfits. Silent Hill 3, I guess you have Heather in like Princess Heart, but it's not really, I don't know, it's like Sailor Moon fan service. It's like anime fan service, not just like perverted skimpy outfit. I don't know. I don't agree with that argument of like Resident Evil and Silent Hill did it. Like, they didn't have your protagonist waking up blatantly nude, like full frontal in a tube, in a tub with a tube in her throat. The tweet was dumb, and the fact they listened to him was more dumber. That is my point exactly, Assassin. That is completely my point. It's a situation that just tells me a lot about the mindset of the developers. Anyway, I'm gonna take a short break here, and we will continue on with some more Tormented Souls. As I said, problems aside, I'm still enjoying the game for what it is. For the most part, it's got its issues, it's got its problems, but you know, it's fine. Anyway, I will be right back. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to get up and stretch. Make sure to grab a drink. And then we will continue on with some more Tormented Souls. I'll be back in a moment.